This is Dr. Jide from Advantage Tutoring. We'll be doing SAT math prep questions. So we'll be answering 20 questions, one for each day. So please join me for 20 days of solving SAT math prep questions. Welcome to day one, and in day one, I have this question for you. So the question, let me read it from my notes here. It says the graph above shows the amount that a new high-tech video arcade charges its customers. For you guys that like games, what could the y-intercept of this graph represent? So we have the graph here, and the options are A, cost of playing 5 games, B, cost per game, which is $5, C, the entrance fee to enter the arcade, and D, the number of games that are played. So the question is asking, what could the y-intercept mean? The first question you want to ask is, where is the y-intercept? What does that mean? It means where this line cuts the y-axis. So this right here is the y-intercept. You see? Now it's between 4 and 6, so we could say it's 5. So the question is, what could this figure 5 represent? Now, I will remind you of the equation of a straight line. The equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c, where c represents the y-intercept. Okay? So, now imagine you put x equals 0 here. So if x is 0, so this becomes y equals m times 0 plus c, then y equals c. Right? So there is a point when y equals c, and that point is when x is equal to 0. So that is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is at the point where x is 0. So that means, for this case now, the y-intercept is at the point where the number of games, the x-axis, is 0. That means at this point, no games have been played. Alright? So what could that mean if no games have been played? Probably the cost to enter the arcade before you even start playing a game. You know, in most of these arcades, you have an entrance fee. So this probably most likely means the entrance fee, because at this point no games have been played. So this probably means the entrance fee. So which option shows us entrance fee? Cost of playing 5 games. Remember, at this point no games have been played, so it's not this one, right? Cost per game, which is $5, no games have been played, so it's not this one. C, the entrance fee to enter the arcade. That's the correct option. D is not correct because it says the number of games that are played. There is no, at the y-intercept, when x is 0, no games have been played. So games is not a correct option. So the only correct option here is C. And that's the entrance fee to enter the arcade. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of SAT Math Prep. I will see you in day 2 for another question. Make sure you subscribe and get your notifications on to see newer videos every day. Thank you.